Hey guys, welcome everyone to deep dive number 3 for the Open Web Foundry. We're currently in week 4 and we're looking to have demo day on March 17th. But up until then, we're going to have these deep dives every Wednesday. And today we've got Axel and Falco from the Metaweave team. These guys are Open Web Foundry alumni and they're creating a Twitter-like application on the permaweb. And they're going to tell us a little bit more about how to build these decentralized applications using the Arweave stack. And if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to them afterwards in the mingle session. But without further ado, go ahead, guys, and tell us a little bit more about what you're working on and how everybody else can learn about these things.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jesse, for the invitation to talk today. So I am Axel, Chromatic App on Twitter, and I'm the founder of Metaweave, and Falco, my co-founder, will make you the presentation about how to put the D in a D app. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the introduction, guys. I will just share my screen, so I think that everyone is seeing. So hi, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I'm Falco, co-founder of Metaweave, as Axel said. And for this deep dive, we're going to have a look at what differs between Web 2 apps and the apps introduced by Web 3 through examples and use cases. This topic was very motivating to me because when we started Metaweave, we wanted to build a social platform as decentralized as possible. The apps comes with a lot of new improvements. First of all, the apps doesn't rely on a single entity, but on the whole network it's using. Basically, in the case of Arweave the apps, the responsibility to keep your app online is transferred to a decentralized network of miners and gateways. This new way of building applications brings the maintenance cost close to zero. The apps also come with a decentralized storage. Building on Arweave allows you to use the Blockweave. More than just a decentralized storage where the data is distributed on several nodes, the data integrity on the Blockweave is guaranteed through on-chain mechanisms that ensure storage immutability. Increased user privacy is one of the major concerns of users. Since the app uses a blockchain, which decentralizes the data storage and processing using distributed computing systems, user data is not shared and exposed to third parties. Except for some cases, your anonymity will be preserved as your wallet and transactions are not directly linked to your personally identifiable information. The decentralization of the storage also changes who owns the data. On the Web 2 platform, platforms are responsible for the uploaded contents and their servers' security. It requires centralized resources to build moderation processes. On Web 3, the content is distributed to each node, which makes the users owners and responsible for their data. As a result, the apps stored on an immutable storage like Arweave can be considered as censorship proof. Although often decentralization bumps into some paradoxes. The greatest example I had in mind to make this presentation is when OpenSea decided to enlist some of the NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. Certainly, these NFTs are still on-chain, so it is already a big win on Web 3 over the Web 2. But it has resulted in a lot of criticism from the users, incapable of showing their collection. It obviously brought back the feeling of not owning their assets. It is possible to extend these concerns to other pieces of the ecosystem. What if Etherscan decides to lie on a specific transaction or more complex contract interactions? Arweave, as a decentralized storage network, makes possible to bundle data along with each transaction. The truly amazing thing here is that Arweave offers a web application to be uploaded on-chain. This brings the following pros. Each version of an application becomes permanent and always accessible as long as you know the related transaction ID. If OpenSea were a permanent front-end requesting the data directly from the browser, users could just keep using the former version when the development team is not aligned with their interests. In the Arweave architecture, the decentralization of the front end of an app is ensured by a network of decentralized gateways. Clients request those gateways to access a web application stored on the block Weave. As it would be for a miner, you're free to use the existing network of gateways or to run your own nodes. Arweave makes it easy for everyone to use and develop dApps with a decentralized front end. This particular architecture solves one of the most important dApp paradox by making possible the interactions with on-chain SmartWave contracts through a decentralized and serverless front end. For me, it's one of the most important points of a permanent dApp because it guarantees you that no third party is able to modify what you read from the blockchain. Serverless infrastructure using Arweave brings lots of technical improvements, which makes the development process easier, faster, cheaper, where you don't have to worry about the data conservation. It's easier and faster because you can upload your dApp directly to the block Weave using only one command line. Moreover, by using the wallet as an on-chain way to log to your dApp, you have no database to maintain or backup that will store your users' login data. On the user perspective, using their wallet offers them a unified and decentralized way to manage their accounts on several platforms. Building serverless app on Arweave is also less expensive because you only pay once when you upload. Additionally, you have no infrastructure maintenance costs associated. Every version is stored permanently to the block Weave and reachable at any time. I think the permanence of the data makes the application trustier for its users because they're sure that their data will never be deleted. As a social platform, it was one of the major pros that pushed us to build it on Arweave. As a result, each version of Metaweave in the form of a JavaScript application is sent to the block Weave through a simple transaction that you can request to the gateways as long as you have the TX of the related transaction. That's why we indexed those TX and made former version reachable from our changelog page. We also did it for transparency concerns and to give our users freedom to use a former version of the app if they want to. As developers, it's something that pushes us to always build the best app and put the incentive that will motivate our users to use the latest version of our protocol. For the Metaweave team, it was a very logical way to use this Web3 new paradigm. On Arweave, permanent dApp share some sort of the same global hard drive. Every app is equal towards the same constraints. Then, an app usually comes with its own protocol to store and retrieve data relative to its needs. Thus, it becomes easy for any other app in the ecosystem to reuse a specific protocol from the global open storage that is Arweave. At the beginning of Metaweave, when it was called Agora, we needed profile customization for our users, so we picked Virtual ID. Then, any user from Virtual Exchange could see their profile picture on Metaweave. Today, as our needs evolve, we are working on a global account protocol. Other apps in the ecosystem could decide to adopt the protocol that fits the best their expectations. Metaweave has been built since the beginning with the idea to be as transparent as possible on the way app data are used. That's why on Metaweave, you can easily see TX of every post, and if you click on it, you will be directly redirected to viewblog.io to have all the details of the transaction. On Arweave, decentralized app from PSCs, profit-sharing communities, which come with PSTs, profit-sharing tokens. Using PSTs, you can create votes to build democratic usage and development processes. For example, you can question your community about each major choice for the future of the app. It's a big change of paradigm if we look at what's happening on major centralized platforms where users are forced to accept terms of use updates with no built-in possibility to give their opinions on it. Using airdrops, developers are able to reward their users with decentralized sharing and voting power. Financial model becomes transparent compared to Web2 platforms that look free, but where user attention is the product. This new paradigm creates a win-win situation where everyone can take benefits of the use of an application. Then, it's possible to allocate tokens in the same fashion than for a traditional startup model. The difference is that PSTs allow founders to focus on the product, while the community can contribute to any project they want and be compensated with profit-sharing tokens. As a social platform, our community is our key value. That's why we plan to reserve a large amount of token to reward our users. Of course, we are ready to change those long-term predictions of token allocation through a vote if a majority of token holders wants it. According to the type of the app you're building and what you choose to prioritize, those values can be completely different. On Arweave, community.xyz is the brick that allows you to decentralize the decision-taking process. So, as you know, Metaweave are integrated community.xyz. From the Metaweave, you can search, create, and claim a community. Every time you claim a community on Metaweave, it will automatically create it with associated PSTs. Then, from community.xyz, you can distribute your PSTs to other users. Every PST holders can create or participate to an existing vote. For now, votes allow you to edit the banner and the description of the PSC that will appear on the Metaweave, but also terms of the vote, like the duration in block length. So thank you everyone for listening to this presentation. If you like this topic, feel free to share your views on Metaweave.xyz. And Axel and I are also available to meet at the Mingle area, and we'll be happy to speak with you.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. I think this is a very important topic, as it can be difficult to tell what platforms are truly decentralized. And I really like that example you guys gave of OpenSea. And I think you guys are doing a great job at making sure Metaweave is as decentralized as possible. So I'm happy that we got to talk about this. But yeah, as you said, if anyone has any questions, we're going to go down into the Mingle area now. So if you guys have any questions about maybe with what you're building and how it can be decentralized or anything along those lines, feel free to ask away. So we'll see you guys down there. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.